Welcome back to Trade Paper Hacks, episode 46, Music Multiverse with Fair Use Video. I am still your host, Jason Tegruth Dyer, joined by Mark the Knowledge Thompson. The interjecting young man on the other side of the dials is Alex the Preparation Lee.
He's very
Prepare
on preparation.
This is a nice place, man.
Yeah?
Did you do this all yourself?
Yeah.
This was a lot of
joking.
work.
He did a lot of it.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
nice,
kind of
man.
built this
I do
place.
divide, man.
So before the break, we were, actually, I think in the break, I'd asked you guys if you consider yourself a band or a project. And you said bandject. How long has your bandject existed?
20, 22 years?
Sure, I was born about maybe 4 or 5 then.
Sweet, perfect.
We've been together for a long time. A lot of people don't remember a little place called Starplex Amphitheater.
Oh, yeah.
Our first show was in '72. It was like a pasture. There was like cows still in it, but it was a good show. They didn't have the video technology that we were waiting for, but
Lots of tracking
we
issues,
went ahead and we grabbed the domain back then, and we've been working towards a finite point of accomplishing our goals.
How close are you?
At least 24% of the way.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's
a percentage a year. That's good.
A little
that's
bit
good.
more percentage. I mean, we're
1% of the time.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah?
It's the only thing we can say about anything is that there are things involved in those things.
Yeah. There's things at the bottom of the things, too.
And stuff happens after that, too.
All right. So, who's the oldest and who's the youngest in this group of people here? This man said he was, what, 4 and 78?
Those are discriminatory
I'm not good
questions.
at Just,
You are to be summarily judged.
This is
I'm
no
going to
job
rearrange your
interview.
chairs according to
Oh.
stature.
well, Mac's the youngest. He's young as hell.
26.
He's like 13.
right. 13.
I just have a
Working
hormone
on
thing.
14.
I just like look really old.
How old are you, Joe?
I'm not the oldest. You are.
I just said how old are you?
That's a trick question.
Joe's day job with the FBI prevents
Right.
him from saying his actual
right.
age. He's 30-something,
Answer
right?
questions about age and time and places.
So science is out of the question.
I am 5'18". This is a literal fact.
So you guys, what is it? Pieces of a Story was dropped in January of this year. Is that correct?
We didn't really drop it.
You just soft released, or it exists? And
It
that
was a
its
soft
birthday?
release back in '72.
73 once they
Before,
backed
before the band got together.
No,
It was a very soft release.
it was actually June of 2014 when we got the manufactured discs back from the producer, and they're in Bedford. No,
Sure.
no North Richland Hills, South Richland Hills. Is there South?
I don't know. That's a great question.
No.
It's Richland Hills and North Richland Hills.
It was Richland Hills, I believe. But yeah, we got the disc back in June of 2014 to be official.
Okay.
We decided to let it go unknown to everyone else for the next, what's it been, a year and a half now?
Something like that. It's about.
Yeah, and this is our debut. We're debuting it tonight live.
All right.
now.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Worldwide live.
Good luck, man. No, no, but for those of you watching and listening, you'll be able to find some links to the YouTube channel, Fair Use Video. You can probably go to fairusevideo.com. And what you're going to find is 13 pieces of amazing art. We learned about you guys from Rocket Science Academy, actually. And
Good guys.
Zach was having, he had some delayed moments there trying to explain exactly what it is that I would see. But it's incredibly well synced up video to poignant lyrics with a great sound, man. It's good stuff.
It's just a
I'm not going to dispute.
Thanks.
I mean,
You're right.
You're
we're
right.
awesome.
You're amazing.
What are you doing after this interview? Saying
if only our other fans said the same thing.
Well, how long did it? Okay, so there are 13 different tracks. They have various bits of video that are synced with lyrics, right? And so each thing that we're watching is a story into itself, I assume. Is that right?
It was the intentions got away from from what was concepted at the begining. It morphed into something that was more than I intended to start with. But
Okay.
it was just a project that meant to be a mirror or a point of self-expression where we could say, hey, where are we as a society? Like what do we do? What do we see all the time? We see pictures on a television, and we're in a society that's almost raised by television. And I just wanted to take some of the best things that I've seen, the most influential things that I've seen, and write an alternative soundtrack to those things. And it ended up going one way, going the next, and kind of arriving where it was. The intentions behind it were way different than where it landed.
Right on.
It was going to be like this dubstep rap thing where I took the actual dialogue from
right on.
people's words in the movie, and I found out very quickly that was difficult and was not going to sound that great.
Yeah.
So we turned it into more of a band, you know.
So when you're writing these things, what are you writing first? Because are you seeing a vision of the video and the way that you imagine it to clip together? Are you writing the music and the lyrics first?
Well,
Or
actually,
how's-
we just took the entire Sgt. Pepper's album
Okay.
and played it backwards.
Right.
And we used the same key all the
Sure.
way throughout it. And it
Sprinkle
worked
in some
out. It
thirds
just
and
worked
fifths.
out. It really did. I wrote an outline to start with it.
Okay.
But from that outline, I made a secondary key that showed what I wanted to show visually. Okay.
Okay.
I wrote the outlines showing what I wanted to play and then what I wanted to see, and then I wrote to what I wanted to see.
So you had like a four-faceted storyboard almost.
Somewhat,
You've-
but it changed so much. It really did. And if you looked at the notes, I've got 3 notebooks full of notes that this is the shell it started from. And this is where it ended up.
How long did it take you from beginning to end?
3 years.
Man, right on. And you're debuting here tonight. Now, so that you want to jump in here?
Yeah, the thing was curious about after watching the videos is there going to be a live performance aspect to this? Are you going to perform live?
It was written to be a live performance.
Okay, so like you'll have video behind
so
you?
what you see are just the performance videos that play with us.
Okay.
They're a little bit altered, a little bit different from with a live performance. But,
Yeah. So,
But it's
okay.
So you have like a large projector behind you, or you
Several.
guys kind of right on?
Yeah.
Cool. Have you ever done like a shadow cast where you're playing behind the screen?
Want to, seen it done really well.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of room and a big old spotlight that we don't have. But yeah, the shadow cast would be great, but it takes a lot of room. And a lot of people have done a whole bunch of things with multimedia work. The Gorillas, they
Yeah.
had the whole animated show. Tool's my favorite band of all time. They've got
We can tell.
a video show. Oh, really?
Is it obvious? Isn't it?
It comes through a little bit.
No, you hit it well.
Anyway, I feel like I'm talking too much. You know, ask these guys a question.
What is probably the thing that we don't realize is the hardest about what you guys are doing with this project? And anybody but Nick can answer this one.
Try not to drink all the beer too quickly.
Fair.
That's any project.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And then whose turn it is to go get beer, which it's always Joe's.
It's-
But Joe can talk as well.
This ain't happening again.
But he got 6 points.
I will make a compelling argument while I don't have to.
No, he already talked his way out of it one time.
If only it worked that way.
You already talked your way out once.
Yes.
So
I have to let that rest for a while.
do any of you other folks have any of the hands-on as far as the video editing? Was this all? This is all you on behind the rig?
Well, I had a couple other personalities that helped me.
Sure.
I'm a multi-personality schizophrenic.
Okay.
Okay. Been diagnosed that since I was 2.
Okay.
I have about 7 people that live inside of me,
7.5, right?
day to day. No, I had some friends help me compile. I had one very big helper, Kevin Fleming, help me do the final editing. Like, I put everything into place, edited it down to the T, and then we put After Effects and
Sure.
different compositions over what we were doing. We made it a point not to show 1 second of copywritten film. So if there's one frame from a movie, we've altered the color, we've altered the pitch, we've altered the scale, the position of it all, so that you can't say it's the actual frame that we used prior to.
Have you ever been contested on any of those points?
Not yet.
Not yet. So is it not yet? You knock on wood, and yet you're called fair use video. Don't you feel like that's a challenge to the
Fair
to the world
use
about you?
is just a legal defensible position.
Sure.
It's not a protection. It doesn't
Okay.
say that you can do this. What we're saying is we've used so little. We're showing a different intention from what the original copywritten material was, that it's now essentially our material.
Sure.
Even though it is constructed of things that are familiar to the public.
Yeah, it was absolutely my impression after. I think the first video I saw was AK-47. It was just jaw drop. That's amazing. I really, I mean, it's kind of inspiring in a way because you were right. There's a lot going on right now. I would say that all of media, music, movies, etc., are at a powder keg point where this multimedia facets are about to break into this whole new realm, like with virtual reality right around the corner. Right? Have you thought about a
Not right
360
around the
camera?
corner.
I know it's
that
the next
technology
month.
is here and is being implemented in football stadiums nationwide right now. Verizon's doing a big push with Real Effects. It's a Dallas-based company that they're developing content that is just mind-blowing.
I read an article that Real Effects just went under.
It's a good market to get into right now if you're a developer. But
Do you have another 3-year project under your belt, or
we've got a couple ideas. We have one that we've outlined, and then in the time of just outlining that, we've kind of come up with a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't fit into that outline. So we're going to have to do something with that.
Right on. So, where do you guys like to play? As far as what type of venue, whether it's in a smaller club, like a dude's porch, like
Biggest club as
Yeah,
possible.
we only play
Yeah.
big venues.
Theaters.
Yeah.
Theaters.
theaters.
Spruce Goose.
I
Just play the cargo hold.
I like
Yeah.
practice every week. We do that every week, and we try to make that as realistic as possible.
I can see how difficult that can be.
We practice with this core group, but there are 11 people total in the band.
I was reading that on the web page.
There's another guitar player that's the kind of lead top player. This guy still plays lead rhythm, but we've got 5 people at the core, and then 3 backup singers and 3 horn players. So 11 people total. We have a couple people that come and sit in from time to time. But
So, are you guys performing? Come in your costume?
all 11.
All 11 of you are going to be on stage. Why don't you plug that for us?
Yeah.
October 31st at the Green Elephant. Come in your costume. That's comeinyourcostume.com. See fair use video, Hawk vs. Dove, Black Vega, and more.
Are there costume requirements?
No, but yes, you damn well better come in costume.
You better come in costume.
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
Right?
So be in costume.
Yes.
Are
or
you
face
gonna be in
eggs.
costume?
Yes.
Yeah, we're all going to be in
So have
costumes.
you already plotted this out? Or are you guys going with the?
I already got my
theme?
costume.
Well, we each just do it individually. I think we each go for weird.
So what happens when somebody wears the same costume? Is it just,
Has to come up.
It's not gonna be another 6-foot go-go dancer on stage.
it's not.
No.
Are you
And
sure?
that's me. No.
Better not be. Bitch be crapping my style.
Okay, we want to break from the regular show that we're doing here to do Penelope's Pirated Podcast.
Penelope's Pirated
This is the first
Podcast.
time that Fair Use Video has done this, but for each podcast we're involved in, we're going to do a pirated podcast within the podcast. This is Penelope's Pirated Podcast. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
All right, that's enough for Penelope's Pirated Podcast.
See you next time.
Sorry, we just want
Was that good? Was it good? Okay.
No, that's good. It seems-
interject one of our
Thanks for having
our
us on the
personal
show.
projects.
No problem.
You guys are great guests.
First grade.
We always try to be good guests. Gracious. Yeah.
Do we have some time to work with over there, Baby Tech Booth?
We're right at about 15,
Okay.
so I can reset the cameras, or we can keep going, or...
Let's push through a little bit here.
Okay. Still doing that voice.
Stop that.
I feel like Adam could answer some questions.
I'll try. Let's do it.
Answer some questions, man.
Let's do it.
Put him on the spot.
Do you guys want to be in that same playing field as the Gorillas?
Mac, do you want to answer this?
Yes, I would like to be animated,
Yeah.
both with heavy liquor or just like cell shaded,
Sure.
frame by frame. That would be nice too. Sure, why not? Who wouldn't want to play with the gorillas?
Right?
Or
Be a huge opportunity.
some
to
actual
be out
gorillas would
there.
be pretty fun too.
Yeah, yeah. Those are a little more dangerous.
A little bit,
With jellyfish hands.
Yes.
And
Wow.
mustaches.
They are the best.
With the killer
Mustache.
mustache.
Sentient mustaches.
Mac, what kind of artists do you like to surround yourself with on a bill?
Well, depends on the bill. This one obviously
For 20.
Similar styles, right? Merging in our show.
They're a little bit different. There's psychedelic rock and like down tempo Texas.
I don't think you'll find any country
acts.
acts on our bill.
You might. I mean, depends on what you call country, because there's a wide range of country artists out there.
All right. Let's see here. Anybody got any questions for us?
Yeah, how long
I'm
have
just
you
gonna
been doing
open
the
that
show?
up. Sure, yeah. We've been doing the show for about a year, actually.
A little over.
Just about a year. So we're at episode 46, but we've been doing this for a year and a half, published about a year.
Yeah. Who's been your least favorite guest so far?
Tech booth every week.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know that we've ever had a least favorite guest. So far, it's worked out really well. We learned something from everybody who comes through.
Yeah, we make
So-
things happen.
Sorry, that just slipped out.
Were you playing with the board over there again?
That one just slipped
So-
out. I don't know what's up with that.
We were
least
told
favorite
that
guest.
there was a possibility of putting smoke in post.
In post, you might be able to do that.
Some
Yeah.
special effects. If there is a possibility for special effects, let's do this right now. Ready? Go.
Alrighty then.
All right.
So,
You okay over there, baby? Tech?
did you? Your ears are on blast.
It might clip there. If it clips, just put in different audio.
Sure, yeah. We'll
Like
cover
Sanford and
it.
Sons, something like that.
Yes.
We'll just use that clip. Me and Alex doing the duet just then. I think that'll work.
I don't know if we have clearance for that. Or
No, well, I'll take that.
We haven't.
It's YouTube. Nobody looks at it anymore.
Ever.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that's my last question before we go on to segment 3. And in the next part of the show, we're going to talk about what are we talking about?
We're talking about the television shows that have recently come out related to comic books. Throw a little bit of our thing into the middle of this. And if you would like to stay,
I watch all those right now.
Awesome.
excellent.
Yeah, me
So,
too. Yeah.
we would love to have your opinions on them. That would absolutely be fantastic.
That's gonna be fun. Any last things from Fair Use Video? Any other stunts or?
Well, I just got one last question.
Okay.
How do you intend? What is your marketing goal? Like, how are we going to push this out there to more and more people?
That's the hard thing.
It really is. That's what I want to know.
You couldn't.
We want to figure it out too.
You couldn't pay people to like you nowadays. There's no way to put a dollar amount on what a click means to you.
Sure.
And the model in Facebook is, give us your money and we'll give you a percentage of fans. When you find out who those fans are and the fact that they just click like and don't come to your show, the money you spend is wasted.
Rat
You can
bastards.
spend thousands of dollars with the Observer and get null return with what you put into it. Seriously, we did the calculations, $25 to $30 per person to just say hi.
Wow.
In the Observer, and that's not worth it. That's like giving people 3 CDs and a free shirt. There you go. Walk off. Tell
Every
your friends
person.
about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
What do? You wait for somebody to like you, but you don't want to seem needy. You don't want to seem desperate. You don't want to, be pushy. But
Okay.
God
on
damn it,
that,
people, we're out there. Just love us.
Click on the thing.
I promise.
And on that, we need you to stick around for the next segment.
That's right.
Please, this next one.
Have a story to tell. no different.